Hello Mark, I'm Aidan. My number is 8. Today I'll read China's homewives are becoming unlikely champions for gay rights. After her marriage was over, just looking at wedding photo will make Kui Kun feel awful. The 29-year-old a video editor at a communication company in Guangzhou could tell by the picture that she wasn't of a happy couple at that day, even though she was the one wearing a white veil. The photo shows the bride and groom with their best man, who was standing in between them, handing one arm over the groom's shoulder, and leading his head toward him. Kui said her year-long sex bliss and loveless marriage can be explained in the one image. Her husband was in love with his best man, not her. The term "bird" to describe a woman who is used unknowingly to disguise her partner's homosexuality has been used as slang in the United States for many decades. But acknowledgement that such marriages even happen is a recent phenomenon in China. In China, a bird is known straightforwardly as a tongqi, or homewife, the abbreviation of the wife of a homosexual in Chinese. There are millions of gay men married to women in China, academics believe, according to an estimate by Zhang Beiche, one of the first Chinese scholars to study sexuality. China has 20 million male homosexuals of marriageable age, and 80% of them will marry a woman. In contrast, according to a 2010 Economist report, 15 to 20% of gay men in America have married heterosexual women. The women in these marriages are quietly becoming an unlikely force in China's nascent gay rights movement. If men are free to openly have relationships with other men, shared marriages like theirs will no longer happen, they say. Being homosexual is not wrong, said Kui in an interview. What's wrong to marry a heterosexual to make a tragedy? Why China has millions of homowives? Liu Ji, a 25-year-old homosexual interior decorator from Shantou, Guangdong Province, has thought of entering into a gay-straight marriage because, like many Chinese of marriage age, he's under a lot of pressure from his parents. They say they will have nothing to worry about in their lives once I got married. How can I come out of a close to them? They'll say to Quartz. Among 3 ways of being an unfilial son, the most serious is to have no hair, argued Mencius, an ancient Confucian philosopher. The idea is still ingrained in modern China. Men are under social pressure to marry and produce a male heir to carry on their family life. Though new generations are more open-minded. Many still believe that to marry and have children are the two most important things in life, whether they are gay or straight. For women who unknowingly marry gay men, a divorce can be difficult to obtain and can leave them much worse off financially. Quill, the video editor, got a divorce and custody of her 9-month-old daughter after court mediation. Her husband agreed to pay alimony of 700 yuan, 114 per month, which, according to Qui, accounts for less than 20% of her monthly income. Qui only agreed to the terms, she said, because her husband's family refused to let her see her daughter otherwise. Will say the court has rejected her appeal for further compensation because she could not prove her husband had an extramarital affair. He has never admitted he is gay, though everyone knows about that, Chris said. A person who has a spouse but cohabits with another person is one of the circumstances listed in China's marriage law that allows a husband or wife to file for divorce and demand compensation from the other party, but in its judicial interpretation, the another person only refers to the opposite sex. If a man and a woman get a room in a hotel, we can say it's an extramarital affair, but if it is two men, we can say nothing. Delio. 35. A judge from Shenzhen, who agreed to speak on the matter if he was identified only by his surname. Growing awareness and activism. Some women in China unknowingly marry a gay man are openly choosing to maintain a nominal marriage age to give their children a stable family. Jin Xinyi, a 24-year-old software engineer from Shanghai, who has been counseling women married to gay men since 2009, said this was a common alternative to divorce and separation. They drew 3 ground rules for their husbands: have sex with their wives, take care of the family, and look after the child. Other arrangements are springing up as well, like the cooperative marriage of single, in which a lesbian woman and gay man agree to marriage to please their parents. Jane first and there were other women in similar marriages. From China's first homowives meeting in 2009, and a university student, she found the woman who had attended the meeting online and joined their chat group on QQ, a popular Chinese instant messaging software. After watching over women share their audios and comfort each other in the chat group, Jane volunteered to establish and operate new groups for newcomers. Now June runs 3 QQ-led groups, which have over 200 members in total, and a social media account on Weibo, China's Twitter, like microblog site. She also helped lead his woman gay legal advice and speak out to the public. She named a volunteer organization, Hibiscus Flower, which she said stands for tenacity and vitality. Homowives and their supporters are getting more vocal about their own situations and the need for China to become more accepting of homosexuality. Zhang Ziyu, a 26-year-old corporate secretary from Nanchang, southeast China's Jingxi province, who dated a gay man 3 years ago, now managed a QQ chat group on the topic with more than 100 members. She is translating 2 books, My Husband is Gay and When Your Spouse Comes Out, written by Carol Graver, an American woman who married a gay man into Chinese. After she finished, she plans to sell them to other women in her situation, because there are no such books in China. One woman who was formerly married to a gay man, who calls herself Little Dylan, dressed in a bridal grown to see marriage age at the Qixi Festival, China's Valentine's Day, in August 2014 on the streets of Quanzhou, the largest city in southern eastern Fujian province. She told Chinese media that, besides finding the right man, she wanted to raise awareness about homowives and the need for China to offer homosexuals equal rights and legalize gay marriage. 51-year-old retired worker from Zhengzhou, central China's Henan province, who only wants to be identified by her online nickname, Aunt Moon, has been volunteering at Hibiscus Flower since she helped her niece get out of a gay, straight marriage 4 years ago. I don't have a high literacy level, but I am gentle and willing to talk, said Aunt Moon, who has had volunteer experience at the Red Cross Society of China. Among the thousands who attended Hong Kong's annual Gay Rights Parade in November, Aunt Moon and the 3 women she was with became a peculiar scene with their different identities and pursuits from the gay marchers. During the march, they helped our placard read, My husband is gay, I'm in pain. Aunt Moon said she thought it may have been the first time that woman married to a gay man in China took part in a gay rights demonstration. She said the parade was a chance for them to increase people's awareness about their faith. She wishes the gay rights movement to succeed as well. The more prosperous the better, she said. Little Dylan also appeared at the Hong Kong parade, again in a bridal gown. Yet a tone of discord hung over the event. A group of gay participants from Hong Kong drew people's attention by holding a red flag, like the ones that police use during protests to tell demonstrators to hold. That reads, "Stop discriminating or we will marry a woman and he be gay in the dark." The threatening slogan helps nothing. It will not harm their image. Edmund said if they want to achieve marital rights, they must face up to homowives. 3 women married to gay men attended the last annual PFLAG China meeting. The gay support group's co-founder told Quartz their involvement isn't without controversy. Ideally, we should stand in the same trench to fight against biases from the society, co-founder Aquian said. But being a homewife is only a transitional identity. After they find a heterosexual man and get married, they are no longer homewives. Aquian said, I don't expect them to do much. What they want is to solve their own problems. He added, they are often emotional, critical, and angry. We can hear the husband's voices in their case. The future of gay marriage in China. Same-sex marriage is now legally recognized in 16 countries and 33 states in America. China is not on the list. Li Yinhe, a sociologist and sexologist who has been trying to legalize homosexual marriage since 2000, has failed each time. Li, who has been in a relationship with a transgender man for many years, says she has been unable to get the 30 co-sponsors necessary for the idea to be discussed at the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, which advises the government on issues that should become law. The government, Li said, thinks it is an idea that is ahead of its time. Homosexual marriage had been brought up when the marriage law was revised in the 1980s. Yan Lixing, a law professor at Renmin University of China, told Quartz, but the society was not prepared. Yan said next time the marriage law is revised, homosexual marriage might be legalized, but when that will occur, on the heads of the legislature no. Until then, expect millions more unhappy couples to tie the knot. The author is master's student at the University of Hong Kong's Journalism and Media Studies Center, and an interview with Quartz. You can follow him on Twitter at @abapingruma. Thank you for your listening. Bye bye.